See?
Starting
already.
It's bad
I'm
already.
talking about the podcast. This is
okay.
our very first guest.
Very, very, very,
which is
very,
a very good friend of ours.
Yes.
And it's going to all go together with exactly what we're talking about today, right?
Friend. That's my
Very
problem.
honest, yes. So that's good.
I'm make sure I don't say nothing crazy because you know
No,
how I
say
get.
what you say. Say
No,
what you
get
need
crazy.
to
Get
say.
politically correct.
We
Get
don't
crazy.
do that on here.
Please.
Nah,
We don't do
just say
politically
what it
correct.
is.
I mean, since we're already like here,
We're getting into it?
you know what I'm saying? Because the dynamics of male and female friendships,
Yes.
is pretty much what we're talking about, right?
Yeah, I'm with it.
And just a little backstory, Joy and Tone this is her male best friend, right? So he is a perfect guest for us today because we'll be able to get a lot on this whole perspective and
Yes.
topic.
Because I have positive and negative experiences.
Yeah, right. But I also want to know, before we get into it, I want to know as well today, do they work?
Yeah.
Does male and female friendships really work? Okay. Really exist?
All right.
So can I tell a story?
Go for
Let's
it.
take a shot first.
Oh Lord.
I'm
'Cause I have to have
detoxing,
my
guys.
evidence.
I can't take a shot. Oh, I'm so annoyed.
I have my evidence of whether or not it's like, in some cases it works. Is that enough or too much? I know these glasses are really big.
And in some cases,
We're going to turn up today.
oh, dang.
Jesus, I still got it.
Ooh, I'm so glad I'm
do live on the
detoxing.
belt line, so, and it is raining.
It's
It's okay.
it's raining. That's kind of far.
All right, what are we choosing to? Friendship. Oh my God.
Podcast.
To friendship.
Yeah, and the podcast.
And the podcast. Cheers with my nun shot. Okay, great.
Okay. So my first experience, it wasn't that great, if we're gonna be completely transparent, right? Tone and I, we met working at a popular boutique here in Atlanta. Should I say the name? I guess I'll just
keep it moving.
Okay. So
no
that's
free
where
pub.
right. No free pub. So yeah, we met at a popular boutique here in Atlanta and instantly became tight, right? I'm trying to think what else, because before you got into the relationship, which is, well, we're not gonna get into that too, because remember the other person who got upset about our friendship? It was another close friend of mine.
Okay.
But that's
Okay.
a whole nother situation.
Okay.
So Tone decided to get into a relationship.
You're right.
And he and I were very close, and you know,
And you already were in a relationship.
and I
Okay.
also was in a relationship.
Okay.
And we used to always, like Tuesdays and Thursdays, we used to always go out, like hang out at this particular bar. And so she came that particular time, and me being my normal joy self,
remember this.
I like to joke. I don't want to say like I wasn't being a bully, but
This was her first time meeting you, though, right?
Right.
was it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And I was somewhat privy to certain things in their relationship, I guess.
Okay. Because you guys are friends. So
Exactly.
He talks to you. Okay.
And so I don't feel like nothing was wrong with what I said and how I said it, but she took it wrong,
Okay.
right? And I think that she was instantly uncomfortable with our relationship. We almost, threw hands that night, for sure. And I remember thinking at that time, like, I was upset with him because I was like, you ain't tell her, like, who I am. You couldn't have, because why she acting like that? But of course, I'm older now, so I can look back like, Joy, you was tripping.
And she's a Taurus, too.
And she was,
So yeah.
that energy together for sure. But it wasn't the greatest experience because she and I fell out, and, they were still in a relationship. So then, of course, that's like friction or whatever. But then it for sure made it awkward. But then later on, we ended up getting cool again, she and I. So fast forward to this new relationship, who I love.
Oh, Lord.
It's a very positive experience.
I mean, but you guys ended up having a positive experience. You and her ended up being cool later. It wasn't always friction. It couldn't have been because by the time I came around,
it's that initial.
Yeah, it was just the initial, and then y'all were
like
okay.
Like, who is this bitch? You
exactly,
know? Like,
right.
So yeah.
But do you feel like, I don't mean to stop you, but I want to visit this right now. Do you feel like you did a good job of explaining to her who Joy was?
No.
So that was
previously it's always been like I've always kept my female friends separate than my relationship, which is not good in the first place. But it's also where you have to, it's like you don't want to bring the two together because you don't know, because that what Joy is also missing is that was new. So it's like if it's new and you don't always want to mix with newness. You know what I'm saying? So it was that situation right there, but that was just a learning experience, and it just made me realize like maybe you got to do it from the jump. Like,
I agree.
This is who it is, because like of course I have maybe 4 best friends. Of course Joy is the top, but I do have other female best friends, and I made sure this current time that I introduced off the rip as soon as when I knew that it was like real.
Yeah.
Like, okay, boom, this is this person, y'all meet.
And that's the reason why it went smoothly.
That's the reason why it went smoothly.
So tell me this, did Tone become your male best friend after you were in a relationship? You didn't know him before, Timothy?
Okay, so during. And so that was when I was about to say, how did
Alicia
that about work? That earlier, right? Because I slipped up and was like, I knew him before I even knew Timothy, so he can't even. And she goes, no, you didn't. And then we went back and we realized, like, yeah, I did meet him. Wow. But she made a good point, too. She was like, I mean, you cultivated that friendship while working at a store. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like of course.
It was
so it's different. Yeah. It's not like you was at the club and met this nigga and then he became your friend.
Exactly.
Right.
But I felt like it was very important for me because I've gone through situations with female friends in my relationship whom I felt like, I need to establish a relationship with them and vice versa, and, for me to be comfortable, but they crossed the line.
Yeah.
They all crossed the line.
I was about to say, yeah.
They definitely regret it, but they cried.
Yeah.
So because of that, when Tone and I did get close, I was like, nope, he got to have a relationship with Timothy.
Of course.
I made sure of that. Yeah. So, they have their own relationship too. Plus, I wanted equal parties to be all comfortable.
Yeah. That's the only way it's going to work.
Right.
You can't have these type of friendships. Like you said, keeping it pop-up friends because people be on
that ain't your friend.
They be on some sneaky link shit. Like, so
what
you
about
can't.
That's my brother.
I don't
exactly.
Like
yeah, my brother, my sis,
I call Joy my sister, but she really like my sister.
I know, but I'm saying like when you don't know them and then they pop up and that's your sister. From when? When?
And that's why I said
we've been together way too long for you to pop up with a new sister right now.
That's why I said when you with a new girl and you're with Orphe or male, whatever, and you're with that, okay, we really rocking stage.
Right.
You feel like there might be some family interactions.
Right.
You need to go ahead and throw them friends out.
You
there.
have to, man.
This is this person. This is Link. Oh, we going to meet so and so and so and so. Oh, who's that? Oh, that's my friend from college. Da, da, da.
Yeah,
that's my friend
you have
from this.
to, man.
Da, 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 and get that all out the way. Now, if they come together and they energy don't rock, then that is what it is.
Exactly.
But
you got to deal with that as it comes. Yeah. But you have to from jump. I will. Oh, go ahead.
What?
I got a question. What about solo dates or outings? I don't even want to call it a date.
Okay, I was about to say because before you go there, I wanted to say that I feel like one thing that we always praise Keith does a really good job at making sure everybody knows who everybody is. Like if a female comes around, he's like, I'm introducing you to everybody. Yeah. I want you to know who this is, where she came from. I think so. Just to piggyback off of that, I think that's really important for you to establish that from jump, because especially women like us, we feel energy. And if you give us the wrong kind of energy off top, like it's going to be a situation. So you were saying, what about when, like, say you guys wanted to go out and eat by yourselves?
Because a lot of the times, like, I like my friend time, right? Mm-hmm. And I don't have a problem picking up the phone and being like, Tone, let's go to Colony Square. Or, Tone, you and Jazz, like, meet me at Colony Square or something. Or what are y'all doing? Or let's go for a dinner date. So I know that if it was a solo situation, how do you guys feel about that? Like, is that okay?
That's a
like
little
for
tricky.
for the opposite,
for me.
even though, like, say it would be Tone and I. I slick sometimes feel like we couldn't because I feel like that might be crossing the line.
I feel like it's
with your significant.
I feel like it's tricky because, like you said, you never know. You don't, even though things are comfortable, you never wanted to make them uncomfortable. You never want things to go. You don't want to push it. And exactly.
That's pushing it.
And that might be pushing it on both ends, though. That might be pushing it for Timothy as well, because he's like,
I feel like it might be pushing it with him. I've never tested it.
Yeah. But it depends.
I'm not
though.
against it.
It just
personally.
depends on how long the relationship, how long the friendship has happened, how cool all the parties are involved. As I'll say this, I feel like my take on male and female friendships, and I can only speak from experience. But growing up, I feel like I had a lot of male friends, right? You know, I was around a lot of guys all the time, right? I don't know of one that didn't end up liking me, or that started off liking me, or it was some drama behind it eventually, especially if a friend liked that person.
Right.
Like, so it was a different situation. And then I moved around so much. By the time I got here, I met Keith so fast. It was, you can't pop up with a new male guy friend. It's like, where you, and I worked in a club.
Right.
Like, you can't be like popping up with, you know, but it's crazy because I've always been the type of person that would have a male best friend. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this. I feel like, and I want to really, y'all's real opinion on this. When it comes to male and female friendships, do you feel like the only way it works is if the woman puts the man in the friend zone first? So for example, if the man puts the woman in the friend zone, if she liked him or was attracted to him, and he said, "No, we're going to be friends," do you think that it would work the same as if the
No.
Okay, good.
No, because I'm gonna know that initial attraction was there in the first
right?
place.
But do you feel like
Especially
men
if
and
that's
women
how it starts? If it starts that way,
if men and women are, you don't think that a man is attracted to you first before he becomes your friend?
No, you don't. Just me personally, just me speaking. Nah, you don't have to be. You don't. I don't think. I think like.
you don't have no ugly friends.
I just speak for me. I'm gonna speak for me.
Tano had
No ugly friends.
ugly
He not finna be
female
hanging
friends.
around no ugly female friends.
I don't. But that's not consciously. Like, I feel like you just drawn to whoever you're drawn to. Like you said earlier,
agree.
if you're an attractive guy, of course you're gonna have attractive female friends and vice versa. Like, it's just weird if you meeting people and you become a friend and then I'm gonna let me jump in the friend zone and then see where it goes. Let me see if I
But
can
I'm not
slide my
saying
way
like
in.
that though, because that's also
Dudes do
sneaky
do
like
that.
shit. Yeah, of course they do. We have this conversation all the time because I always say to Keith, like, it's okay. Like, I could have a male friend before you could have a female friend, and I'm gonna tell you why.
I agree.
Because I control the situation. If
than
my male friend can't walk in the door, I'm finna get real with it, right? Walked up in the room, dick slanging, and said, and said, let me get my point across, and said, you know what, all this time I really have been in love with you, let's go for it. I would be like, hell no, nigga, what's wrong with you, right?
True.
As a man, if it was reversed and I walked in, titties out, like, you know what, all this time I am tripping, I really am in love with you, let's go for it, bro.
I don't know.
It's more.
I feel like
it's
the dude
more.
gonna be like, you sure?
Exactly. But he
sure you
might
wanna
you
do
sure. He might you sure. But I doubt he turned it down. Especially it's an attractive friend.
Janine, 1,000% he ain't turning it down.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
So
1,000?
No, 1,000%. Because
I'm gonna explain it to you. Go
okay,
ahead.
you can explain in a second.
Go ahead.
But I'm telling you, 1,000%. You got y'all, and I'm sorry to say this, but y'all are not in control like that. We can control that emotion in that moment. But somebody that's so close to you that you already have an intimacy with because you're friends, and then she's bad as fuck, and she walk up in there like, you know what? I'm vulnerable right now.
I just need you.
I just need you. Come on, bruh. But that's, I mean, and everybody's different, and you might have your.
I would love to hear his.
I would too.
What would your reaction
be?
Okay, most guys, once a girl is really, I'm speaking for me and a lot of the friends that I have, because a lot of my homies they're like me, so we are alike. That's why we're homies.
Okay.
If you're already established something with a female and she like a sister to you, and like you know where the bodies are buried. You know her bodies, and you know her story.
Oh God, yeah.
That
I mean, now that okay,
that's what I'm saying.
okay,
That
that's
kind of make things a little
if
different.
that's your sister,
you really
gonna know everything. So if she come with you like that, you're gonna know her energy. You're gonna know where that's coming from. You can be like, yo, sister, you alright, bro?
Right.
But just because you ask don't mean it still won't happen.
I'm
if
telling
she
you a
push
lot.
it.
Me, honestly, I'm just tell you, my female friends, if they would have come on to me like that, I'd be like, yo, you alright, bro?
Yeah.
Like if her, I'd be like, bro, are you okay?
But let me tell you what I feel like is the defining the difference in when you will say, yeah, nah, it's when your girl and your friend are cool and friends.
Oh yeah.
I'm telling you, I feel like it makes. That's why I'm getting to a point where I feel like it's very important for all parties to be friends because it cuts down on situations.
Some men don't even care.
Some men don't care.
Yes,
but I feel like if you have a lot of men, they don't. But I feel like if you have,
they will shake your man's hand.
Right.
Men won't care. I'm talking about the women though.
Yes,
the woman, because I can
say,
trust my guys' girlfriends, right? Friends
say,
because of the relationships that I have made with them, and I trust who they are.
And when I was talking to Alicia about it. I can honestly say, like, you know, that was one aspect that I said, like, I have so much respect for Jazz. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like,
right.
But you gotta also have the one thing that you neither one of y'all are speaking on.
ooh, I would love to know.
I know. Right?
Women don't generally like other women.
That's
like,
true.
No.
You could be like, yo, no, that's my friend. And she'd be like, oh, I don't trust her. And you be like, yo, I don't even know what you're talking about.
So if you
don't
get
even
past
get that.
If you get past that and they trust each other, then.
But in my situation, I was very naive and was very understanding of, like, these are people that came before me and I understand it, but, you know, we got to be cool.
Yeah.
All of them crossed the line.
But what feeling did you get? What feeling did you get from them from jump? Yeah.
Was the energy weird?
No. It was on some came home and there was an email like, I've been dreaming about you. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, girl.
That's just weird.
Yeah.
And you know, she since apologized and
That's weird.
Yeah.
You know, somebody that like I had embraced. Somebody that I was like,
see, that's
super
jacked
cool.
up.
This girl was texting me. Hell, we was finna go to Disneyland or Disney World, and she was helping him plan that trip for us. I was in Egypt at the time when all of it was happening. Oh yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
She was emailing him like, "Oh, for the longest I've been dreaming about my dreams."
See, that's what I'm saying.
No,
she found out.
I found out.
I would say it like, yo, other day Shorty was drunk or she was sending me some wild shit.
But that's what she tried to blame it on. She tried to blame it on like a drunk, vulnerable moment.
But that's when your truth comes out.
And that's what I said. And I ain't stupid. So for me, it left such a bad taste in my mouth that yes, you know, he couldn't, after we've been together for this long, he couldn't possibly even neither side of his brain think that.
But you only have,
oh, this is my friend.
You only have one time to cross that, and it's a wrap.
And it happened a couple times. But I feel like it was because the girls, they didn't respect me.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
And that's what I was trying to say.
He was. Of course, all of them are from back home, so he's who he was at the time as well.
Yeah, so they going for it.
Girl, his hair braider in my house.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Okay, go ahead.
If
shut up.
If someone is your friend, and your girl, and that's like both parties are like, you know, that's your thing. Your girl is your girl, and your best friend is your best friend.
Yeah,
you gotta tell them like, yo, y'all gotta get along. You know what I'm saying? You can't make it where it's weird because then that puts me in a weird situation. Like, what if I want you to come to something that's really close to me, like a birthday or an engagement or a baby shower, and y'all don't get along, then I can't invite you. That hurts your feelings. It's weird.
It's a whole situation.
It's weird. You know what I'm saying? Especially someone's really in your life. I'm not saying like it's just a random female.
Right.
Like your best girlfriend, like they got to come to stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
But
Communication's big.
it's big. And communication, boundaries, all of that.
Boundaries is
And
very
oh
big.
my gosh, not crossing the line in any way. Like you have to be careful on all fronts when you have a male or a female best friend and you're the opposite sex.
you got to be transparent in every
You have
situation.
to be, yeah, you
Even
have
if
to be
it get
very
weird,
transparent.
you got to tell your significant other, like, yo, it got
Something.
weird.
Right. I'm a chill.
And
like,
they was on some
right.
Joy was drunk. She was
Exactly.
doing some
Right.
stupid shit.
So
Something.
I'm just telling you what
you
happened.
have to, because if you don't, then it seems like you on some.
if
That's
it comes
true.
out,
You know, yeah.
if it comes
Yeah,
out,
yeah.
you just gotta be honest. But that's with everything. So
So
So it could work.
it definitely
It's
could work.
working.
been working
yeah,
for a
right.
while.
That's true.
I know. We've been friends for
But
years.
have he ever had an issue with me?
No.
Yeah, see,
See, but that's what I'm saying. I think that's the reason why it works, because of the communication, because of the
sure.
fact that all four parties involved are okay with each other and cool and trust each other in a sense. You know what I'm saying? So
but I
think that makes the difference.
I also think that I came to him like, yo, I was like, yo, Joy, like my sister.
Right.
When she out with me or we all out together, you
He
know,
got it, yeah.
you know
Right.
my background. We
Right.
good. I'm rocking with her. I'm here to protect her, whatever.
Right.
Like, you got to make that person, especially with guys. I don't know about
Yeah.
females, but guys, a guy got to know, like, homie ain't gonna really try nothing that's really
Right.
like his sister, because, like, I don't know
Right.
about females, but dudes, you got to be like, yo, bro, this is what it is. I don't
No,
want your
you
girl.
do. Right.
Yes.
And that's the dynamic that Keith and Joy has. Like,
Oh, yeah.
man, please, like that is like
Right.
he's like, this is my sister. I'm gonna take care of her always. You know what I'm saying? And I think that because of all the parties involved, everybody's okay. Then you don't think about that. You don't have those moments where it's like, you know,
But even when, back to the beginning, even when you started to work with us,
Right.
and you was around us all the time, and
Right.
we would go out, you made sure that you told Keith, like, yo, okay, this is Tony,
Yeah.
whatever,
Right.
he work here.
Yeah.
And you made sure we was cool.
I had to.
Yeah.
That was
You
the
know what I'm
only way
saying?
it was gonna work.
Exactly.
And other people that was around that wasn't as cool, he wasn't fucking with. So
Right.
it's like, right. But Tone, he always respected and was cool with you because of I made sure from jump he understood what that
You gotta
was.
make
You
sure
know?
it's cool with
Yeah,
significant
you
other.
have to.
Because it makes your significant other feel weird, and it's also like some people don't. First of all, whoever you with got to be your best friend.
Yeah.
If
Right.
you looking at the opposite sex as your best friend and you getting what you need from a friend, that looks weird in the process within itself. Because some people get what they need from their significant other from their friend.
That's true. And that's when it's a problem.
That's when it becomes a problem.
That's when it becomes a problem. And
That's
that's when all parties, you're going to feel crazy as hell if you're like, it's little bitty things. Like, you went and did what with her? When you
Right.
didn't do that with me?
And
Wait a
you
minute.
told her
You
something.
told her what?
Yeah, you
she
told her-
already know
right.
that, and I ain't know.
Right, you told her about a
that
vulnerable
can't-
situation you was in before you came to me.
Before you came to me?
Yeah, that's
nah,
weird.
yeah.
That's weird. It shouldn't be like that.
Yeah,
Like,
it
this partner
can't.
should be your best friend
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
You know what
Before
I'm
you
saying?
can have another best friend.
Right. Especially
Another
opposite
best
sex.
Now,
Yeah.
come on,
Yeah,
bro.
exactly,
Like,
exactly.
yeah. And I think that makes all the difference.
Yeah,
It
people
makes
don't
all the
always do
difference.
that.
So.
They don't make sure that the other person is comfortable. They just be like, no, that's my friend. Like, you gotta accept this. Da, 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 da. No, I don't.
Right.
I don't have to.
You don't.
I can make it, so you're comfortable
Right.
with the situation, but I don't have
But
to.
I don't
like
have
that.
to. Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm not with them.
Right.
But yeah, I agree.
Well, I think we did a good job with that. When we love jazz.
I know.
But with her, I had to just be like, go ahead and throw her in the fire. And just
Yeah.
be like,
No, you
Yeah.
But
did.
even though
you
y'all
did.
was like, you guys like, well, we
had to, yeah.
I'm like, nah, listen, I know you like that last, but this
Right.
is what it is
Well, we
right
didn't
now.
know yet.
Y'all
We
gotta
had to make
accept
sure.
that. Y'all was like,
Good. We
y'all
had
was
to
like,
test
oh,
it
all
out.
right,
Yeah,
then
we had
if
to
you
make
say
sure.
this what it is, then I ain't.
But
we
once
got no
we
other
met
choice.
her, we were like, oh, yeah, she's everything. Like, we love her. So,
Yeah, so.
oh, good.
So yeah, you want to close us out?
I mean, I think Tone should.
What?
You know?
What'd you
Drop a gem.
What'd you learn?
Drop a
what
gem
was the
for
gem
us.
that I guess from you that
From me?
yes that
Yeah.
you learned from this,
the
or
male
if
and
you
female
could
dynamic.
drop, or
That you gotta always make sure that you make whoever your best friend and significant other, they need to meet from
Yes.
the beginning when you've established that this is the person that I'm rocking with and this is a stable relationship.
Yeah.
I think you should just throw it out there, like, or have me to be like, oh, we're going here and have dinner with so and so, and if they got a significant other, bring them too.
Yeah.
So the significant other is they both meet at the same time. They,
Yeah.
'cause
Yeah.
they
You make
might become
everybody
cool.
comfortable.
Everybody come
Everybody
together,
is comfortable.
and everyone gets comfortable. But if they don't have nobody, of course, you can
Right,
make it just
right.
a three-wheel situation.
But I love
and
that.
they all
Yeah.
come together.
That was
so.
a good gem. Good
Comfort
jam.
is key.
Comfort and communication.
Communication.
Communication is key. Guys, this has been an amazing dropping gems. We have our guest Tone. Thank you so much for
No
joining us
problem.
today. This is Janine.
And joy.
Bye, guys.